Kyler Murray was the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft. He's the Cardinals' starting quarterback. And through 6 games, he has 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a 64% completion percentage, 1,664 yards. And I get so many questions about him. And when the year started, there were a lot of people that were concerned. Everybody was doubtful. Like, oh, Zach, what's going on with Kyler? This and that, and panicky from Cardinals fans. And now, after week 6, he's won 2 games in a row. His most recent game against Atlanta Falcons, he had 3 touchdowns. They beat Atlanta by 1 point, 34-33. And he played really, really well in the fourth quarter. And I don't believe people understand fully what a monumental task Kyler Murray has undertaken by being the starting quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals. Nobody understands the beginning to his NFL career. Starting the way he has is so difficult, and he's put so much on his plate, and I think people do not understand. First of all, he went to the Arizona Cardinals, a bad team, a team that went 3-13 last year. They were absolutely terrible. He went to a bad team, became their day 1 starter, and he's running an air raid system in the NFL. People do not understand what that means. Air raid. What does that mean? It means he throws the ball all the time. There's more than that. We'll get to it down the road. We'll start there, though. So, first of all, he's won 2 games. Kyler's doing better. He's on track to do far better this year than the Cardinals did last year. Because I think they're going to win a couple more games. I really like what's going on with Kyler. And again, he's in an air raid system. It's hard to not only step into the NFL and be a day 1 starter. That's very, very difficult, no matter what system you run. Then he stepped into the NFL, running an air raid system, which is enormous. It's just an enormously difficult task. An air raid offense puts so much on the quarterback. The workload, the mental load, everything goes on to the quarterback. There's no hiding. There's no masking weaknesses. A lot of teams have a rookie quarterback, and their philosophy is, we're going to run the ball really well, play good defense. We'll have our quarterback not throw a lot. We'll use play action. We'll kind of mask the fact that he's a rookie. We'll take care of him, be very safe. No. The Cardinals have not done that. They've gone against conventional wisdom because they have a guy they think can do it. And he has, and he's doing well. They're throwing the ball 40 times a game with a rookie quarterback. Man, I love it. In week 1, the Cardinals threw the ball 54 times. Week 2, they threw the ball 40 times. Week 3, 43 times. Week 4 and 5, they threw the ball 32 times each. And week 6, against the Falcons, they threw the ball 37 times. It's unheard of for a rookie quarterback to run the system he's running and doing what he's doing and having any success at all, let alone he looks pretty good in the last 2 weeks. Week 6, Kyler was 27 for 37 passing, and nobody seems to appreciate how difficult that is. He didn't immediately light up the NFL. In the first couple weeks, it was kind of great. Not amazing. No touchdown passes. His team lost in a couple games. I mean, there's been some moments this year where you're like, "Is Kyler? What's going on with Kyler?" And people kept asking me, "Are you concerned? Are you concerned?" The Cardinals fans are like, No, I have never been concerned, and I'm not concerned. In fact, I'm very encouraged watching Kyler Murray. He is a rookie quarterback. He's still growing. He's still learning. And the Cardinals and their head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, have done a really good job surrounding Kyler with young receivers and getting him up to speed. They've put their faith in Kyler. They trust him and they believe in him. That is so, so important. And I'll be honest, it looks like the Cardinals are building something. When I watch, I go, oh, that's really good. Here's the deal. So with the air raid offense, the air raid offense was created by Mike Leach, who's now currently the head coach at Washington State University. The air raid offense throws the ball like every single play. It puts a ton on the quarterback. In fact, it puts everything on the quarterback. Not just on, throwing the ball every play, but even running the ball, it's usually the quarterback's decision to check into the run. They read the box, the box is empty. Check, we're doing a run play. That literally every play has some kind of option. Every play is a bunch of processing and so much for Kyler to think about and do at the line of scrimmage. The fact that he's doing as well as he is impressive. You know, the air raid offense works really well in college because when the quarterback makes a mistake, it's much more easily forgiven in college than in the NFL. You know, I was at Washington State during Luke Falk's senior year at Washington State. I was there when Gardner Minshew played in his 1 year there. It was brilliant. It was fun. It was awesome. And there was a really big difference between those two guys. Not only was it leadership, I think, you know, Gardner Minshew is a far better leader, far more polarizing, has personality. He wins the room just by being in the room. People follow Gardner Minshew. But also Luke Falk made a lot of mistakes, but he got away with them. I think currently he's the Pac-12's all-time leading receiver. And he did that in spite of the fact that he made a lot of mistakes and threw balls he shouldn't have made because he's playing against-Pac-12 defenses, not NFL defenses. Defensive backs, corners, and safeties are not as good. Guys are wide open. You don't need to be as accurate. You can underthrow a pass or make a bad decision in college, and it doesn't kill you. In the NFL, you pay for those mistakes. You get punished if you underthrow a pass. You get punished if you make a bad read. So that system that works in college because of, you know, the fact that defenses aren't as good. You take that to the NFL. It still works, but it's way harder. You have to be far more precise, far more detailed. Basically, Kyler has to be perfect every single time. Basically. It's so mentally demanding. There's so much on the guy's plate. He's throwing the ball 40 times a game. He's checking to runs. It just basically requires him to be perfect. It's like, wow, how is nobody understanding what Kyler's doing is impressive? They're all worried. And now some people are, oh, he looks pretty good. He's been good all year. He's a day one starter. They put the entire offense on his plate. They're not coddling him. They're not playing great defense. They're not running the ball really well. They're putting it all on Kyler, and sometimes he's even succeeding as a rookie. Yes, of course Kyler Murray's going to make mistakes. But what he's doing is so impressive, and I think people need to understand that by the time he masters that offense, the rest of the NFL has to look out. He's doing such a good job. I'm so encouraged. And I just think people don't understand the monumental task he's taken on by running an air raid offense in the NFL. It's working, it's doable, but step by step by step, he's getting better, and you got to have patience because, again, by the time Kyler masters this offense, it's going to be scary, and everybody better look out. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. And I want to be very clear and open with the audience. My YouTube channel is monetized. What that means is that some of my videos make ad revenue. It's fewer than you think. A lot of them get claimed. But in the past, I've received donations from people on Patreon and PayPal. PayPal.me/Zach Schaumler. Patreon.com/Zach Schaumler. And because I'm making ad revenue, it felt kind of weird just receiving donations. I wanted to give something back for the donations. And so people who support me on Patreon can give me $1 a month, and that allows them access to a pool where they can ask questions. If you send me questions through Patreon's DM service, you comment on one of my posts on Patreon. If you give $1 a month, you can submit questions. And with my eyeballs, I look at every single question submitted. Then at the end of my podcast, I pick the best top couple questions and read them on the show and answer them in a segment I call Ask Zach. Now, that's for people who have money and want to support me that way. If you have no money to give, no problem. I totally understand. I grew up in a mobile home. I've been a broke college kid. I totally get it. But if you want to help in some capacity at the end, you can support the show by telling your friends about it. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow by telling your friends about this show. It would mean a lot to me. If you believe in my dream and you believe in this show, tell your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Guys, my name is Zach Schaumler. Thank you so very much, and hope you have a great day.